All right. You guys, I got 1 o'clock. Welcome to Denny Grimes Master of Real Estate. Thank you for being on. This is going to be an awesome class. I've been working on some numbers. I've got something to share. What your opinion? So thank you for being on. And if you would, I recognize some people there. So if you'd go and change your name, because not everybody's sharing, that would be totally impossible. And you guys know the game. It's mastery level, question-based, listening and hands conversations. And it is September 22nd, 2023. So I have, if you haven't gone to my YouTube channel, please put that on your list. I've got over 200 videos there, and I am looking for someone to slice them down into little 10-minute segments so you can kind of have them as you go. And if you've not joined us on Recon, a lot of you, I see the faces. That's daily, 8:30 to 9:30. I'm sorry, 8:30 to 9 Central Time each day of the week. And Louise, if you pop on, I could use your help. So I have a thought of the day. So this came up during Recon today. So if you have the opportunity, help me. I want you to brainstorm with me, because I believe there's at least 5 or 6 reasons why buyers should be looking now. And it might be a better time to buy now than it was a year and a half ago or 2 years ago. Now, if you think that's true, do you think it would help us as we have convincing conversations with buyers? So I am going to start a quick. You have an idea. I believe there's 5, probably 5, if not 6. So who would like to give me one? What is an advantage for a buyer right now?
Less competition.
All right, less competition, meaning what?
Because other buyers are going to be on the fence because of interest rates. It's probably your time to take advantage of available homes.
Awesome. I love that. That's perfect. Give me another one.
Less price than it would be when the interest rates go down. There's going to be more buyers, obviously.
Prices could be soft now. Again, this is what you're going to have to check. I just did a little quick check on my market. Our market kind of peaked in April on a monthly basis, April of last year. And right now, median sales price is down 14% on a monthly basis. So, okay, so prices are softening. What else? We're seeing a rise in inventory. Are you all seeing that? So, better selection, right? How about stronger
better negotiation,
yeah,
better terms,
negotiation abilities, right? And so so there's 1, 2, there's 4, and I think if we took more time and invested, we could probably come up with some more. So they're having a mastermind right now. I'm with Keller Williams, as you know, and they're giving all kinds of stats on the market, and I'm scratching my head. So this is my thought of the day, guys. So if you want to go on a cruise to Greece, and we did this, Kristen and I did this, and you want to look at the history of the when the weather is supposed to be nice, when's the good season, bad season, I get that. But if you're going to go somewhere in a week or 2 or a month or 2, I'm wondering, everybody wants to know what's going on with the market in the future. So let me ask you this question. If you take all the data and you're talking to a buyer and say, listen, we're probably at the low point right now. And what some people are saying, interest rates are probably at the high point. Things should be getting better moving forward. What do you think maybe buyers would do with that information? Move forward or wait? Anybody?
I think when the price goes up, they'll wait because people they price out easily, and the watches, they always hope that price drop, and once the price drop, they stop buying. That's the typical buyer's behavior.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. They buy when things are going up, right? I think you've got to be careful with the information, guys, because if you paint a better picture's coming around the corner, they're going to wait for around the corner. Now, if you paint a picture that we're going to go to hell in a handbasket, do you think that's going to make them buy any faster? Nope, because they don't want to have that big dip. So let me just share, and I challenge you. I did this morning and on Recon, and I have the numbers for you. I challenge you to do this in your market. So I went back and looked at the highest median sales price we had in Lee County for a single family home was April of last year, 470,000. Now I know we're a little bit over a year away, but still, if a buyer in the market, then we're 470. Our median right now is 405. You can see that. Now, what else is different? All right, so that's a 14% drop. Back then, it was roughly 5.5%, give or take a point, half a point or something, or a quarter point versus 7. Now, you've heard us go through this gyration before. So if you really look at 470, 405, I took a 90% loan, and you can do the math if you want. It's not important in my area, it's just important in your area. What do you think the difference is on a monthly investment for a buyer when you're at 14% down in purchase price and interest rates have, gone up 2.5 points?
$700,
$700?
give or take. If it's 5%, you take like $400,000 at 5% would be around like 1,900, and then with 7% would be 2,600.
Yeah, but I'm looking at 2,400 a month. Now this is 90% of that number, okay? 2,401 versus 2,425. What's the difference? $24 a month. So just so you get it, take 90% of those numbers, which is my market. I'm having a conversation. Look, if prices are down 14%, interest rates up, the difference to you is $24 a month or less than $1 a day. Now, is that not like a V8 moment? Could you not have a great conversation by showing them that? Plus talk in terms of the 4 reasons why we just came up with what buyers should be in the market now. And oh, by the way, the only thing you have to worry about is your payment going down. Any thoughts on that? I mean, is that not like a good attack on someone's concerned about interest rates? Okay, I thought it was.
It's genius.
So let's go. Get your hands up. Got to have your hands up and participate. Louise, are you here by any chance?
I am here, but I cannot participate because of my activities around me.
Oh, okay. So, Rob, are you going to be able to be on a call today, the whole call?
Not the whole call, but I'll
Be on the whole call, Denny.
Okay, I'm going to co-host you then, Orlando. Hang on. Let me see. You guys are jumping around and you can help me.
Yep.
You got it. All right. I got some hands up. I got Dana's up. Ah, Dana. Yes, we were on the call and I've got Tanner up. So let's go. It's Friday. Remember the basis. Remember our model. Acknowledge, isolate, answer, close, and let's go. I'm gonna try you out right now. I love this. I'm a buyer. Ready for a buyer, Dana? You got 3 minutes.
So tell me, Denny, I understand that you are interested in purchasing a home right now.
Yeah, but it's a bad time. Interest rates are high.
So, okay, you think interest rates are high, that's a bad time. Tell me, what do you know what the average price of a home is, right? Acknowledge and isolate, clarify.
All right, remember the model. Isolate is what? Other than that, come on, let's isolate. Ask me other than that, anything else keeping me from moving forward?
Is there anything else keeping you from moving forward other than interest rates being high?
I'm gonna make your day. No, that's just it.
So let's talk about that. About a year ago, interest rates were about 5.5%, give or
Questions?
questions. Do you know what the interest rates were last year around this time?
No.
Well, they were around 5.5%, give or take a point.
Okay.
And do you know what the interest rates are around what they are around now?
Yeah, I just went online. They're like 7.1.
That's right. So they're about 7%. So 5.5% last year, 7% this year. Yes, interest rates have definitely gone up. Do you know what the median price of a home in our area was last year?
I don't.
So that was around, it was around, what did we say the numbers were? 5,
Well, okay, so just make them up if you want to. And again,
okay.
I just
So-
laid that on you. It would be amazing if you could probably deliver that. what would you be normally talking about before the call? How would you handle me before we have the little call? What would you say to me?
I would say, are you interested in buying a home today, or
No, interest rates are too high. All right, hang on. We're gonna come back to you, Dan. Tanner, take over.
All right, Danny. So interest rates are too high, and you said there's nothing else other than the interest rate stopping you. Help me understand, Danny, what's currently, do you rent or you own your place?
Dana, write that down. You never asked me that.
okay?
You got to start with that question. Good job. So I want everyone to learn. So this is for everyone. Okay. I'm renting, Tanner.
Okay, and what is the reason you're interested in, owning a place, Danny?
Okay, now he's going to what? Motivation. Perfect. All right. So, this house is too small. We got a baby coming, and so we need we need a bigger house because we got a baby coming.
Makes sense. And how much is your rent currently?
3,300.
3,300. And Danny, what do you foresee paying for a house that you like?
Oh, you mean like in 600,000? You mean?
Yeah, like, do you see any houses that you like currently on the market?
Yeah, we've been eyeballing some houses. They're about 550, 600 grand.
And what would you be comfortable with? What would be your maximum comfortable point that you'll be willing to invest, to own that house?
Okay.
Question.
No. It's okay. Hang on a minute. Let's dissect this a minute. Tell us where you're going. We're not a role play round. Tell everyone what's on your mind.
So I'm trying to find out what would be your maximum amount that you're willing to invest, and then I would try to see the difference and then break down and close it, if that makes if it would be worth to invest in that difference to own a place that fits your need.
So now I want everyone whoever wants to answer this, just kind of come off your mute and say, how many times do you think, now it's not a bad question, I'm just wondering how often you will get a valid answer with that question? Or is it possible you may not be getting a tremendously valid answer?
It is possible. People are not sincere all the time. Or at least they feel ashamed or something. I don't know.
Any other thoughts on that, you guys?
What was the question?
If you ask how much are you comfortable paying for your new house, what's the possibility you're going to get a accurate or valid answer with that question?
Oh, sometimes accurate.
What if you compare it to what they're renting?
Well,
Like,
again,
are you-
I'm paying $3,300 in rent. I'm telling them I want to in a $600,000 range, but I don't want to move because of interest rates. So I'll let him finish. I just thought we got 54 seconds, Tanner, to see if you can get me two numbers. I'm just wondering, the one word there that bothers me a little bit, just a little bit, is comfortable.
Okay.
Every time I bought a house, it's been a little uncomfortable for a short period of time. So Tanner, I'll go back to you, turn on the clock. And I don't know. I imagine I would have to pay, maybe 3,600.
Okay, so we're looking at $300 extra from what you're paying right now. Am I on a ballpark here?
From what I would be comfortable paying. I just don't know at 7% if I can do that.
So then if we found your home based on the prices, that would push that to 3,800, but has everything that you need. How would you feel about that?
Okay, it's $500 more a month. So
We say $30.
I could afford it. But again, I think interest rates are on the way down. Why would I want to jump now instead of wait for the rates to come down?
Well, then what if the rates don't come down and you still need the space?
Why do I need the space, guys?
for the baby.
So what would be a good question?
What if the baby comes before the kids?
Yeah, you know, John's question, when is your wife gonna start nesting, which I don't understand at all. So the baby's coming in December. So what is pain? That's an opportunity to take me to pain. So what are you gonna do if when your house is, you're not in your new house by December? So, all right, nice job. Somebody take me, I'm gonna go to Mark. I'm going right down the line. Mark, you get me into payment. Get me from rate to dollars, please. Take over the role play.
Okay. So me, right? Okay. So Denny, I understand we're looking at $500 more a month. You say that may be a little expensive. How does $15 a day sound to you? Is that something you could afford to live that lifestyle that your wife's looking to start nesting and you'd have a bigger home for you and your baby?
Well, I mean, it sounds doable. I mean, I don't think $15 a day doesn't sound like it's gonna break us, you know.
Yeah, I mean, so we just took that 500 and we looked at what it take daily. That comes to 15. So with that in mind, would you be ready to start looking at the houses that would be suitable for you?
Okay. Yes. All right, that's what I wanted to do. Perfect. Next. All right, I want to go into somebody making an outbound call. Who wants to make an outbound call? And this is going to be a for sale by owner. This is going to be a circle prospect or expired. Someone who is well skilled. You've been practicing, and now you want to show off how polished you are. This is going to be only for the first 30 seconds. Who's ready to go? It's kind of like popcorn. Who's going to do a 30-second outbound call? I'm not gonna call on you because I don't know if you make them, and I don't want you to wing it. If you're making outbound calls, you should be practiced. I want to hear you. Share your stuff with us.
I don't do expired or FISBO, but I circle prospect.
Okay, circle prospect. Whitney, you're gonna have 30 seconds to make a call to me. Go. I'll give you a minute. Go ahead. Reset. Go.
Hey, Denny. Or
Oh, wait a minute. Don't skip on the ring.
all right, fine. Ring.
Uh-oh.
Hey, is this Denny?
Yeah, it is. Who's this?
Hey, Denny, it's Whitney with Keller Williams. How's it going today?
It's going good. How can I help you?
Well, I'm not sure if you noticed, but your neighbor's home over at 123 Main Street just sold, and I still have a client looking to move into your area. Have you had any thoughts about selling your property?
No, I don't.
No worries. How long have you lived in the neighborhood?
I've been here 25 years.
Okay, how do you like it?
I hate it. No.
Awesome. So there's a reason why you live here, right?
You might want to skip that question if I've been here 25 years, but that's okay. I like it. It's all right.
It's getting people to open up, but okay. So, yeah, again, the reason I'm calling is I have a client looking to move into your neighborhood. Have you heard of any neighbors that are thinking about making a move?
No, I haven't.
Okay. No worries. Would you be interested in keeping a pulse on the market?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I always like to read stuff about what's going on with the surrounding market. Sure.
Okay, perfect. What's the best email for you?
There you go. All right, good. You did it. And I was giving you a little crap, so that was.
I'm gonna get these all morning, so give it to me now.
All right. No. All right. You guys, how'd you do? I'm gonna reset this. All right, Tanner or Cameron, you wanted to do it. All right. Who are you calling?
Who am I calling?
Yeah, what are you calling?
You said you wanted to do a Facebook or
I want to know.
or an expired, didn't you?
No, which one do you want me to be?
That's basically the same. They're both unassisted suffers, right?
So you want me to be an unassisted seller?
I mean, they're
Where's
both expireds and FISBOs are both unassisted sellers, right? Essentially.
Somebody's got to like mute themselves. Is that you, Cam? I'm hearing a TV.
Me?
Somebody's got some background noise, and I'm maybe you can find it, Orlando. Okay, ring, go, Cam.
Hi, this is Cameron with Keller Williams. I'm a real estate agent here in Ocean Springs, Mississippi. How are you doing today?
This isn't gonna work. You're not coming through.
I'm not coming through.
No. No.
Okay, I'll just listen then because I can hear fine.
Orlando, can you find the noise?
It's unfortunately it's Cameron's. He's got background noise.
Okay, all right, all right. All right, going back to where, I only got two hands up. Mark, you're up.
Do a, let me get my script here. I'll do it for sale by owner.
All right,
Ring, ring.
hello,
Hi, good morning. Am I speaking to Denny?
this is Denny.
Hey, Denny, thank you so much for taking my call. My name is Mark Tilley, and I'm a real estate agent in the area. Denny, I noticed that you have your house for sale, and it looks like you're trying to sell it by yourself, right?
Well, my wife's here too.
Okay, awesome. Denny, just wanted to give you a quick call today, as I do work with a lot of buyers and sellers in the area, and I just wanted to reach out to you to see how things were going so far.
Good, we've had some, we're getting a steady stream of calls, and we have an open house every Saturday, so you got somebody, if you got a buyer, you can bring a buyer on Saturday.
Absolutely. I appreciate you letting me know that, and I certainly will. I was just curious to know, is commission the main reason that you're putting the house on your market by yourself, or is anything else why you wouldn't use a professional realtor such as myself to help you in the sale of your home?
Yeah, I think it's nuts to invest, $40,000 to pay someone that I can probably do it myself. I'm kind of a handy guy.
Gotta be honest, if I was in your shoes, I would feel the same way. However, this may not be for you, but would you be open-minded to sitting down and seeing if there was a better way to put your house on the market?
I didn't start your timer, so this is not going to count against you. So I'm just going to give you, I think you're doing great. I don't, all right, so I don't like you identifying and giving me validity. If I were in your shoes, I would do the same thing. Now, doesn't that make me feel good about going alone?
Yeah, it could.
So I know a lot of times we want to get into the acknowledge part. And we want to, I guess, sympathize, empathize with it or whatever. I just think that makes it a little tougher. I would, wouldn't it be a better thing to say is like, that is really interesting. I'm being tongue in cheek. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I mean, do you think maybe, I'm not suggesting we say that, however, let's not tell them they're doing the right thing and you would do it too. That's my point. All right, I'll let you close because I'm open. I've got an open house coming up Saturday. I'll let you decide how you want to do the last minute.
All right. So to take a line out of that, exactly what to say. Hey, Denny, this may not be for you, but would you be open-minded to sit down and see if there was a better way to put your house on the market? We're actually able to net more money even after paying my professional fee. Is that worth 15 minutes of your time?
Well, I've got 10 minutes right now. Why don't you tell me how you're going to do that?
Absolutely, I certainly could. I'm sure the math doesn't add up, but it would be through, if I could sit down with you and just show you my marketing plan, how I do active and passive marketing to bring as many eyeballs on the home, which ultimately will get you a lot more views than selling it by yourself. Would you be interested to sit down?
Okay, I'll bite on that. Now let me ask you guys a question. This is just us talking. I learned from this. Is that really true?
What, the more money?
Well, yeah, that's one. Is it really your marketing that's going to get me more money?
It's the ability to, obviously the price is the one that's going to, we know that's what sells, not the marketing. But when you're for sale by owner, you're very, very limited to who's seeing your house and how many buyers or agents are bringing buyers to your house. So the percentage goes from 7% of the buyers out there are seeing your house.
And you get that number where, Mark?
From Jackie Kravitz, the NAR statistics that she uses for the for sale by owners.
Okay. All right. Orlando, you were shaking your head. Why were you shaking your head? I asked if that was true and you said no.
Well, in my experience in calling for sale by owners, they had a bad experience with the for sale by with a realtor, or they just were a former realtor and they don't know, they think that they could do our job, right? So it's not necessarily our marketing, but I think where we need to find the motivation before it even makes sense to have a conversation with the for sale by owner, because they may not give us anything depending on what time of the day you call. So is it
So-
true that is it true our marketing is going to make the difference? I don't know.
With the for sale by owners, I do tend not to go 5 deep for motivation. I feel just because 99% of them, the motivation is they want to save the money. It's the commission. So I feel if you can get that elephant out of the room as soon as possible and start talking about what's in it for them, instead of asking them questions, where are you moving to if you do sell or if you don't sell.
Mark, I agree. My style, if I were going to be calling sellers, that would be my style. I don't like going into, like, I'm not telling you my motivation. I don't even know who you are. I'm not even sure I want to talk to you. I do like your approach is about the fee. Now, here's the thing about the listening side. Did anybody pick up on this? I gave him the opening and he missed it.
The 10 minutes right now.
The $40,000 you could have saved.
All right, well, I know. All right, now tie that in with a statement I made. This is why you have to listen, guys. Tie that into a statement I made before that. I said, why don't you I'm having an open house Saturday. If you have a buyer, bring them by. What does that imply? And the next question should have been this one. What is it?
Are you willing to pay a buyer's agency commission?
Yes. Yes. Now when he says the $40,000, no, I said the $40,000. Now you see the opportunity. Well, wait a minute. Now,
Better than
if you're going to this, statistically, you're going to be working with another agent. So aren't you really attempting to save half that? You can begin to whittle that down, reducing it to the ridiculous. And then the question I would ask is, let's say that it wasn't $20,000. What if you could have it done? Let me ask you this. If somebody wanted a reputable painter, I mean, one you recognize has got great reputation, knocked on your door and said they'll paint your house for free, would you let them do it? If you try, I'm not talking about a fly by night. It's got a pickup truck with the fenders falling off.
every day and twice on Sunday.
So is it worth 15 minutes to show you how basically you could hire a professional agent like me and it not cost you anything? I don't know. That would just be my approach. But I agree with you, Mark. Get right to the heart of the matter. I love that. Okay, Tanner, your hands up. And I'm going to call on somebody here that's got their camera on. If you want to play, I got to make sure you change your name.
I've got something that I wanted to share. So I've called this investor, and this happened 3 times already. And they asked me, Tanner, just let me know, just find out, what the value of my home is. And I asked him, other than that, he said the commission, and he said, just get back to me once you have it ready. So I called him back just to confirm the appointment. And he's like, okay, just send it over to me. I'll look into it and get back to you. This happened twice.
The same guy?
It's a different guy, but twice in the last 2 weeks, I would say.
Did you look at the house?
No, I was not able to look at the house. He just asked me to run the comps, basically do the homework based on numbers. And I, normally it says, so you want a range, you don't want the precise number, I guess. And then he said, well, you could look at the house once, you have the numbers.
All right, role play this with me.
Okay.
Role play with me.
All right.
Well, let's say you said that to me. I'd say, well, Tanner, why don't you just go to Zillow?
Well, Denny, you're the professional. I trust your ability and the information that you have. So that's why I needed your opinion.
Yeah, I got it. I'm a professional, right? So that's not the way I work. Now, if you want to work with me, what we're going to do is I want to see the home. I'm going to meet with you, and I want to find out, because there's 3 things that are going to happen here. One is you might find me the value I offer worthwhile, and you'll like to hire me, which is awesome. Or after we meet, you may not think I offer any value and you may not elect to hire me. It could happen, I guess. Or I may elect not to work with you. Does that pretty much sum it up?
Yeah, so you can't just send me over the information, I'll look into it and get back to you?
No, sir, that's not the way I work. Now, you'll find a lot of agents that don't have any business or any expertise, they'll do that, but that's not the way I work.
I like that.
Now, all right, so what do you think about that, you guys?
I like that, Danny.
What is a probability? I mean, it can happen. I mean, it could happen. You could catch a tarpon, you know, in a sewer, I guess. You don't even know what a tarpon is, probably. It's a big fish. Those guys are like that. Anyway, is that helpful?
Thank you, Danny. Yeah, absolutely. Just
Sam, are you in a quiet place? Or are you still at a carnival?
I'm in a cafe. I moved to another room. Is this better or worse?
That's much better.
Okay.
All right, what's your poison?
We just did unassisted seller, so I guess we could try something else.
Well, who wants to throw him an objection? Friday, let's go.
I could be the seller. Yeah.
Lisa, you can come on camera, you know that. All right, go.
Ring, ring.
Hello?
Hi, this is Cameron with Keller Williams. Sorry, what's the scenario? You're a seller, unassisted seller?
Well, whatever it's expired or unassisted.
Oh, you're expired. Okay. This is Cameron with Keller Williams in Ocean Springs, Mississippi. I noticed trying to reach the owner of 123 Main Street. Is that you?
Yes, it is me.
Hi, and just confirm and what's your name, sir?
Does it matter? Tanner.
Oh, Tanner. Nice to meet you. I am calling because I noticed that was curious to know whether or not you're still interested in selling your home on 123 Main Street.
Well, I have it for sale. Obviously, I am.
Well, Mr. Tanner, you did in fact have it for sale. The reason for my call is that your home appears to have come off the market, which I take you didn't know based on your prior statement. Ask you a question. If you got an offer on the home today, would you still be interested in selling it?
I'm a little bit confused though. You know, my home is currently for sale and I'm not quite sure why you're asking me that question.
I understand the confusion, Mr. Tanner. Unfortunately, it appears that whoever was helping you with listing your home, Miss Susie Q, didn't renew your listing, didn't update your listing agreement, and your home is showing as expired. It's not currently on the market.
Oh, I got it.
So if I may ask, assuming that you are still, if I may ask, if you sold the home today, what would you do next?
Well, it was an investment property, so I need to sell it in order to get the money, and I need to reinvest into something else.
Okay, and what's your ideal timeline on rolling that money into a new investment?
Not in a big rush, but sooner the better.
Sure.
If you ask another question, particularly because he just said that without closing for the appointment, I'm going to cut you off.
Would it be worth 15 minutes of your time to see how we can get this house sold in order for you to purchase your new home investment?
All right. So that is like, I'm thinking of the movie Top Gun when he's coming in for a landing on the late and he has no landing gear.
Cameron, I'm sorry. I hope I wasn't too rough.
No, that was a rough landing there. Rough landing. I appreciate you going up. I'm just not going to fly behind you. Okay. So anyway, the close, you want to be able to close for the appointment. When he said, yeah, I'd like to be able to transfer this into another investment property as soon as possible. Well, then
clear enough, close it. Yeah.
Makes sense then to meet. And then you start calling it the house or the whatever. I mean, It's an investment
He
problem.
doesn't care. Yeah.
All right, you're a good sport. I like you playing. All right, Susan finally has raised her hand, and Susan's ready to play. How are you, Susan? Where are you located?
Southern California,
Uh-oh.
Redondo Beach,
Laguna? Laguna Beach?
Redondo.
Oh, we're done.
Manhattan
Okay. And you want to buy or seller objection?
Sell objections and expire. I really want you to critique my opening line.
Okay, got it. Here we go. Everybody get ready to give her a score in the chat. All right. This is where we're going to score like divers. A 1 is a belly flop. A 10 is a perfect dive with no splash. Okay.
Ring ring.
Hello.
Hi, this is Susan, and thank you so much for taking my call. I was just calling about ABC 123 Maple Street and was wondering when will you be putting the house back on the market?
I wasn't quite well. I'm not really sure we're going to actually.
Oh, wow. What was your original plans when you did have the house on the market?
Well, we were going to move to Boise.
Oh, wow, Boise. And do you have a specific time frame that you're thinking of?
We wanted to be there. We wanted to be there by the end of the year.
Oh, wow. So now it's no longer on the market. If I could take you there sooner than later, is this something that you and I can have a conversation over with?
Well, what would you do different than the other agent?
That's exactly why we need to meet over a cup of coffee. Like I said, Mr. Grimes, there's nothing that I can do. I mean, like I said, there's something that I can do to help you, but I don't know what your goals and dreams are and how I could be of help. So
Okay.
maybe it's something that we could establish a rapport. That makes
Okay.
sense?
All right. So put in your score, guys, and everyone can vote. One is certainly not a 1. That's a pretty good opening. I like a couple of things are a little bit different. I thought were pretty cool. Let's see what the chat's doing here, Susan. Yes, we're 7, 8, 7, 8. Wow, tough crowd. Okay, I think it was certainly an 8. There's a 9. Okay, now, all right, you're calling Whitney again. Now the same thing. Let's listen. We're gonna give you another shot. Calling Whitney, another expired. Go.
Ring ring.
Hello.
Hi, this is Susan, and thank you so much for taking my call. I was calling about 123 Maple Street and was wondering when will you be putting that house back on the market?
Just stop for a moment. How would you evaluate that opening? Now, it meets my needs a little bit because it's not like, how are you doing? Or is this the owner? She goes right into it, then asks the question. Do it again, please, Susan.
Hi, this is Susan, and thank you so much for taking my call. I was calling you about 123 Maple Street and was wondering when will you be putting that back on the market?
So,
Oh, go ahead.
hang on just a second, Whit. Now rate her opening sentence on a scale of
She
1.
is Susan and she is bold.
That's not
Give you
even.
a 10.
So that was a 10. Look at this. Look at this. Now, my question, Susan, when do you identify yourself as an agent?
I don't, because usually it expires. You're getting already bombarded with a lot of agents already, and they know they're being hounded, and most of the calls are from people like us. So I don't want to give them any opportunity to cut me off. I just introduced myself as Susan. The minute they hear Keller Williams, they're gonna hang up. Who are you, Susan? You're calling me about my house? Okay, what do you want to know about it? Now that I ask them, I don't even bother to ask them who they are because I know you're the right person. And if you're the wrong person, they will hung up already, or it's not me. So you get everything answered right then, and then you're asking them the time frame. That's it.
I want to hear your whole script. I don't want to be your seller.
All right, I'll be, go ahead, Mark, you're right next to her, so why don't you be the seller? Go.
Ring ring.
Hello.
Hi, this is Susan, and thank you so much for taking my call. I was calling you about 123 Maple Street and was wondering when will you be putting that back on the market?
We're not.
You're not. Well, may I ask you, what was the reason behind moving in the first place?
We wanted to get a place with a in-law suite off the house. the in-laws are getting older, and I don't want them moving into the house. So we need
Oh.
we wanted something bigger, but the house didn't sell. So
Oh, wow. So you want your in-laws to move in, and tell me more about that.
well, to clarify, my wife wants the in-laws to move in, not me. But
See.
yeah, the kids are young and they're very fond of their grandparents, so they certainly would like to be closer. It'll free up some time for me and my wife because we could go out on some dates, and the in-laws could babysit. But as I said, the house didn't sell, so we're just going to have to stick with what we've got.
I see. So is this more for a lifestyle for you then? Can you tell me more about that?
So
Um,
hang on, just pause that. Now I'm listening to, I'm curious. Obviously you're polished. You're kind of going 5 deep versus I'm waiting for the question. Well, if you could still, if something like when does this come in? Well, if that could still happen, would you want it to happen? When do you ask that?
I asked that later because I need to get more out of him, just in case when I go into the motivation, if one motivation isn't there enough for me to dig in deeper, I need to have more so I could list boom, boom, boom. And then if I could do this for you now, then later, how would that affect you?
Then
Or
I'll
how
let-
do you feel about that?
For the benefit of everyone, and particularly Whitney, I'll let you finish. I want to know when you're going to get finished the motivation part. So I want to hear that and how you go for the close. Go. So keep going, Susan.
Oh, okay. So tell me more about that when your in-laws move into your house. What would they do for you and your family?
Yeah, it'll be pretty great because we live in an area where we don't have much family. So the in-laws being here, the kids will be more around family. My wife wanted to be closer to them because we did move out of state, due to my business needs. So those are all the considerations we're thinking of. We wanted to purchase and get sort of a bigger home with that suite.
Oh, wow. So are your kids younger, or are they like teenager or college kids?
They're in elementary school. They're 7 and 8.
Oh, okay. So the 7, 8-year-old, more likely they want to get to know more of the grandparents.
I'm gonna call pause. This is gonna be probably longer than we probably have. So he's talking. The one thing that I'm gonna suggest, okay, we talk about it here all the time. And thank you for being on the call. I love your opening. I love your opening. The last question you asked about the age of the kids, you said, are they young or they teen? I would just recommend you ask the question. Don't give them multiple choices. What are the ages of your kids? So that's what we do here. We just ask a question, make it kind of. The last question I'll ask you on this. Well, are you an agent? Are you an agent?
Yes, I am. In fact, my name is Susan with Keller Williams.
So do you ever have anybody push back on the fact that like you're sneaking up on them?
I get that. Are you an agent? I say, and I kind of giggle. Yes, I am. In fact, my name is Susan and I'm with Keller Williams. That's the reason why I don't give my the brokerage in the beginning, just in case they push that back at me.
I have a quick question, Denny.
Sure.
I'm wondering, have you ever just gone in for the close after they say, oh, I'm looking for an in-law suite, whatever, they're expired, they want more space. Do you ever just try to set the appointment without digging deeper just to get in front of them? Like, okay, cool. Like you want an in-law suite. If that could happen tomorrow, would it be of value for us to meet? I'm just curious. I don't know. I don't ever call expired for physical.
That was you're asking me or her?
Anyone that does that, like typically is it worth it to just close and get in front of them? Or do you want to give them reasons to back out where they're already expired? And they're going to.
So my reason for not closing immediately, because oftentimes in the beginning of my earlier career, when I go in for a close, they would hang up. And then when I set an appointment, they would not show up. And I like to build a dialogue. Sometimes my phone call actually lasted maybe 20 minutes just with one, just like the one I had yesterday. We were talking on the phone for 20 minutes and we're selling a $2.2 million house. So we were just, for her to get a comfort in me and for me to build a rapport. Oftentimes I don't go in a listing and get that listing right away. I actually go and build a rapport, and then that's when I nurture them, and then I would get a listing. And it's much harder to it's for sure, it's a sure thing. So I don't go, it's salesy if I'm doing a little bit like push for the close right there and then, because I don't like that.
Okay, thank you.
Did I lose you? All right, so I trust you can hear me. I just lost my camera for a moment. So let's go. We got time for one more. Can you guys hear me still?
Yep.
Okay, good, because my screen just went blank.
Denny,
Right.
I have one I'd like to throw out there.
Okay.
I don't have to play it, but I can at least throw it out there. But military seller that wants to wait to put their house on the market to know whether they're going to get their job on base. Like, I'll sell if I get the job on base, and then I can move over that way. That's the objection.
Okay. Are you going to be the seller or the agent?
Either one, or somebody else could play it however you want.
Well,
I can be the seller if you want to be the agent, or somebody else can be the agent.
Let me just take the agent here and see how this works out. So you know the situation, you're the seller. So I'm sitting with you, right?
Yeah, we're basically moving to close. We've already, yeah, this appointment has happened in past, so we didn't sign. Okay, so yeah, we just want to wait, and we're not in a rush.
I got it.
Yeah.
Remember, now this is worth writing down. People are in 3 states of mind, 3 buckets, so to speak. Number 1, they've already made a decision to buy or sell. Number 2, the second one is, okay, that's the first one. They have made, or they have, all right, let me get this right. They're deciding if they want to buy or sell is number 1. Number 2 is, if they are going to buy or sell, are they going to use an agent or not? And the third bucket is, they are going to use an agent. Is it you? So as I approach this, I obviously I've had a presentation. I'm building some rapport with them. They're still in bucket number 1. So, all right. So let me ask you, Cam. Okay. So you're waiting on your orders. Is that the only thing holding you back from actually moving forward with me?
Yeah, we just, want to sleep on it, whatever. Yeah.
That makes no sense. You just told me you're not going to put your house on the market until you get your orders, correct?
Would never say that.
You tell me what your hang on. You tell me what your concern is, and why are you holding back? What's keeping you from authorizing the listing papers right now?
Well, we don't know how long it'll take to get base housing, and we want to make sure we get the job, and then we want to make sure we get base housing, and then we want to sell the house.
All right, and that's what I'm asking. Other than that, is there any other reason why you would not be any other reason why you wouldn't hire me to help you get your home sold?
Didn't ask that question, but let's be positive and assume that the answer is no.
Well, you have to ask the question, because I mean, if they're not ready, they're not ready. My question, what I really want to know deep down inside, when you're
No. I did a follow-up text with them. They said no. They're just waiting on the job orders. No. Other than that, no.
Don't go out of roll with me. So have you made this when all of those things line up?
Mm-hmm.
Have you made the decision to work with me?
I didn't ask if they would work with me.
You're role playing, dude.
Oh, yeah, we really appreciate your time and meeting with us, and we like you, and you're great.
I know. So then if you get that commitment, then my next question would be, all right, what time frame do you think that all those pieces have to come together? What time frame would that be, Cam?
As soon as we hear back something from the recruiter, maybe it'll take a month or so.
Okay. Then when you get the word back affirmatively and all the things line up, how quickly would you want to get it ramped up and get your home on the market?
As soon as we could get into base housing.
Assuming that all of those things have lined up, everything's on go, and you're ready, say, you're gonna call me and say, let's list it. How quickly do you want me to get on it?
A week or so, probably no longer than that.
Where I'm going, you guys, I'm leading him into urgency. I'm assuming all of those things have been taken care of. Now I'm leading him to urgency because here is the last question. That's what I thought. So what we want to do is we want to use this time right now to our advantage, which would be we're going to get everything ready. Photography, etc., 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 whatever steps you take. And we will have it ready to launch when you have all green lights. So we won't waste any time once you secure your housing. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, I guess as long as we get the job.
Well, I'm assuming that's going to happen now. So I mean, you guys, I'm totally flying blind here because I can't see anything with my camera. I don't know what happened to it. So you see what I did?
You kind of reduced it to the ridiculous in a different way. You're like, if this is all, and this is all, and this is, it's kind of a, I don't know. It's kind of.
Yes, you're exactly right. I future pace them. All that's out of the way. Let's just assume, have you elected to hire me? You guys have to ask that question because how do you know? That's a trial close. If they say no, is the issue really the fact that they have to get all this thing done? No.
They might not be sold on you as an agent if not.
Yes. So had you done that, and may still be able to do that. And you know what? I would go ahead and have a contingent listing or agreement signed or initialed. I would go ahead and get my photography already. And you know what? There's a chance they may not get that. The probability is it's a higher probability it's going to go through. Besides, I want to make sure that I have some agreement moving forward. Now, does that make sense?
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Orlando, I can't see. Are there any other hands up? And do you have a list?
I have the list. Only hands up right now are Tanner and Cameron's, but they've already gone.
Okay, and how many's on your list?
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 individuals.
Okay. Anybody?
Need my random number generator?
No. Well, yeah, you can do that. It's only six names. So go ahead and take the third one.
Third one. First loser is first non-winner, as Denny likes to say, is number 5.
Got it.
Second non-winner is number 1. And random number generator powered by Google, by the way. And random winner is number 6, whoever number 6 is. I don't have the list. Orlando does.
Whitney from San Diego.
Whitney, oh my gosh, first time she's
Did I win? A new house?
You won a 30-minute coaching call with me.
Oh, that's amazing. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, we'll role play whatever you want to do. It's Coach Denny Grimes at Gmail. Go ahead and send me a email and we'll get you scheduled. I'm going to give you back some of your time unless you have something else. And I'm going to see what's going on with my camera. Anybody have
Thank you,
anything
Denny.
else? Yeah,
I just said thank you.
you bet. Well, have a good weekend. Love you guys.
Hello, Danny. I have a quick question. Do you
I
mind
was
if
gonna
you?
say I do too.
All right,
Yeah.
go ahead.
So Danny, I'm new to the Keller Williams and I just got introduced to your class. This is fabulous and I really enjoyed it so much. But in the meanwhile, I lack of some of the basic understanding of the context and structures. I see you have the acknowledge, isolate, clarify, answer, and close. Would you mind to talk about it for a few minutes so that I can better resonate with what we talked about?
Sure. Just, I appreciate you asking the question. And again, if you haven't already, I mean, you probably haven't because I just told you about it. Go to my YouTube channel, Denny Grimes, Master of Real Estate. They got a ton of stuff there, but this is really acknowledges I understand. Okay. Isolate. It's 3 words. Other than that, anything else keeping you from moving forward with me? Clarify. Now, we're going to go back to the baseball diamond, which you mentioned before. That's first base. Then the second base is motivation. Why are they wanting to buy or sell? That's very important. And then you take them to pain. And that is, okay, so if you want to buy or sell, and if you don't buy or sell, what will be the problem? We just had an example, somebody's having a baby, or Mark was the, I believe that has his mother-in-law wants to come in, blah, blah, blah. What will be the negative consequences if you don't buy or sell? So that's kind of the model that we follow. We cover it all every week. You can be on recon. We cover the question-based model, just like we talked about, the answer, isolate, acknowledge, isolate, clarify, and close. Very simple. Most of the guys on this call are pretty practiced at it. So does that help you?
That helps a lot, and I'll make sure I watch your YouTube videos. But thank you so much for having this series up. This is really helpful.
You betcha. And Desiree, no, they're not. I don't really have any scripts. I mean, I use the same thing over and over again, and you don't really have to worry about scripts if you're just following the process. Just like if you have a party at your house and where Kristen and I are lost, hey, help us get there. You're going to ask, well, where are you? And so once you figure out where they are in their thought process, you don't have to memorize anything. It's just a logical progression of thinking. And over time, you'll pick it up really fast. And it can be awkward at first. However, some of these guys have been on here a year or even less, and they pick it up pretty fast. So just do your best. If you can't make the call, catch the video and take notes. So
Can I ask one question before we go?
yeah.
So if you were circle prospecting, making the calls that I was doing, what would you say?
I'd be something like this. Ring, ring.
Hello? Or let me do it the other way. Like I'm calling, or, oh yeah, hello? Whatever.
Yeah. Hi there. This is Denny Grimes, Keller Williams, Naples. Hey, I just want to take a second of your time. I had a home around the corner on Oakmont that just sold, and one of your neighbors. And we had more people looking in that neighborhood than we had listings. And I just want to take a second of your time and find out, who do you know that maybe is around you, one of your neighbors is thinking about maybe selling, that would like to take advantage of a great market?
You know, Denny, I don't know. A lot of people have just moved in recently and a lot of people have left.
Yeah, okay, I get that. And let me ask you this. Have you given any thought to what your home would bring in this market?
I hear it's a lot, but interest rates are high.
Well, I get that. However, if you'd ever want to know, I'm happy to stop by. Again, like I said, I specialize in this area, and I'd be happy to stop by and give you kind of a bird's eye view of what's going on in the market and what your home would be worth should you have the desire to take advantage of the market. Would you like to meet? So it would be something very similar to what you did. The only thing different is my style is I'm going to say, who do you know that's interested and maybe interested, not are you interested? That would be my second one, because mine's kind of like a end run.
And then they raise their hand typically if it's them.
Yes, exactly. Hey, something like, hey, listen, Whitney, I have some every now and then I run across a great buy on a property, you know what, buy one, get one free. And I'm calling around to find out if you happen to know anyone that would like to take advantage of a great buy should one come up. And that's when they might say, well, I might be interested. So it's kind of that philosophy. Yes.
Thank you.
Betcha. Bye.
Bye.
Yes. Do you get a recording? Go to Denny Grimes Mastery of Real Estate. It's all recorded, posted. Denny Grimes on YouTube. I'm right next to the guy with the lawnmower.
Thank you.